good time zone, and a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Final day for this event, well, story-wise at least. See how this boss holds up. I imagine the boss won't die to quicksand. But that would be very funny if you could. Quabam. I have to destroy the cannon.
Have you been doing well lately,
it's so
Doctor?
difficult, though. They have so much life. So, what happened last time? Thorns failed to repair the compass. And by doing so, what's his name? Javier led a mutiny against Juana. They had a week to repair the compass, or they were gonna trigger the mutiny. Only really Teach stayed loyal to Juana. Like I think they said there's like a few other like random nobodies, but they haven't really shown any of them, so as far as I'm concerned, I guess only Teach really stayed with Juana. But the idea was that, yes, Javier and the other pirates mutinied against Juana to get amnesty from the Inquisition. Javier didn't want any of the pirates to get hurt, especially not Juana, but Anastasio's a crazy guy who doesn't care about any of that, so. A lot of pirates have died. Although technically, I guess he did not attack Juana, so. He was more interested in finding the compass and killing Thorns. During the mutiny, the group, Thorns, Elysium, Weedy, Pascala, Teach, and Juana, escape on the La Conquista, the oldest ship in the fleet, heading towards the Skeletal Reef. The only safe, though dangerous place to hide from the other pirates and Inquisition. Anastasia was on the ship, but was blown off the ship from an alchemical explosion. Senor Silver was like, oh well, he's dead, I guess. Let's not worry about those guys anymore. Of course, he wasn't dead. He returns to Aeron and kills Silver, as was expected. Taking over the Inquisition there, and leads the pirates and the Inquisition after Juana, chasing them into the Skeletal Reef. Where they're now fighting. Anastasia is fighting Thorns. Juana is fighting Javier and absolutely just brutally murdering the rest of her crew. Pretty gruesome. And that's what happened last time. I come, I conquer, I define. I want to witness it with my own eyes, conquer it with my own hands, and define it on my own terms. Well, I really did it. I actually took him out. Need any help, Weedy? No, I'm done here too, as long as you don't crash the ship again. Sure thing. I don't think I can even ride a roller coaster again. Wait, Elysium, where did all that blood come from? Did those bone fragments hit you? Blood? It's fine. Happy to take one for the friend. If Thorns knows what he wants, then what can I do but support him? Well, at least let me wrap you up a little. What exactly does Thorns want again, did he say? He can tell you himself when the time's right. Ah, Isidro. So you wish to return for your sins, to rescind the impact you've had on the innocent, to send them merrily back to their old lives. Is this an expression of your resolve, a reflection of your conscience? When they realize the end is near, many sinners turn to sobbing appeals for friends whom they have implicated. Alas, does that not mean they have truly repented? How does one know, or how does one who knows not of their own desire demonstrate the ability to suppress such desire and to atone for the sins thereof? No, it's you who need to suppress your desire. You who needs to demonstrate that ability. Naturally. I have always said that desire cannot truly be killed. Even now, the desire to feed upon the lives of others lives on within me, and I must suppress it. I will cut off my flesh with my own hand and dispose of it. I will demonstrate that I can suppress my thirst for it, if only briefly. Isidro can see the grotesque scars under Anastasio's collar, marks of flesh that has grown back after being cut away. You said desire grows endlessly, dragging more and more people into the abyss. How many have you judged and killed with that pretext? Why do you think that you and you alone can suppress your own desires? Because death is liberation. Before being corrupted by desire, you had to live an honest life, performed honest deeds, and as such, you have the right to be liberated by that corruption, by death. But my life was a mistake from the beginning. My very existence a sin. Were I to die, my pathetic existence would have held no meaning for other than sacrilege. Therefore, I must atone for as long as I can, until I am consumed by desire. Anastasio pressed the nails of his left hand against his own chest until they pierced the skin. Only pain can calm him down now. You mentioned the meaning of your existence. Are you really unworthy to die, Anastasio? Or do you just want to live too much? You keep talking about your desire to feed on others, but isn't your most fundamental desire to keep on living? Be it self-harm or the judgments of others, aren't you just trying to make sure that your so-called sinful self can live on with a peace of mind? Anastasio's assault had slowed while listening to Isidro's confession. Now it intensifies again. Each time Isidro parries an attack, strands of corazoniche float up from his arm from the impact. If you shall not confess, you shall die. Look out. Chupa me dias cojones fin shit. Don't you have an Iberia to save instead of coming after us? For all the damned compass nobody cares about. All I ever wanted was to have enough money so I wouldn't have to do this stuff. You think I like living like this? I hate it as much as you do. Why do you have to come after me? You have no right to touch me, none. Pascala. Stop. They're not fighting back anymore. Yeah. Stop. We need to move. Oh, Teach. No, Teach, hang in there. Yeah, if you pass out now, I'm leaving you out the next time I buy a round of saltfin garum for everyone. Now you're starting to talk like Elysium. Really? Was it funny? Do you feel any better? Let's find a place to hide. Teach. Teach. Pascala frantically digs through her pockets. She has many pockets, very little in them belongs to her, most was stolen. Finally, she finds a few herbs. She chews them into small pieces and puts them into Teach's mouth with a trembling hand. The last thing Teach did before she passed out was protect Pascala's head with her arms. Pascala presses her cheeks against Teach's arms, trying to feel her body temperature. She has lost so many things, but right now, this warmth belongs to her. This event might have one of the largest kill counts. Well, this is the last time I'll cross Blazewana. Only one of us will leave here alive. I'm their leader. If you're angry at their betrayal, take it out on me. And then what? If I die, let my crewmates go. Had a sneezing fit there. I swear on my life that we won't have a new leader. Or they won't have a new leader. That they'll live their new lives. However they want. Oh yeah, you... Juana responds with an even more ferocious fury. The helm wheel brushes across Javier's back. He grits his teeth and swings his blade. It finds Juana's forearm, cutting almost to the bone. And if I kill you, I'll take your head and earn the bounty. I'll share the money with everyone so that they'll all live better lives. Ha! A violent jolt sends Javier stumbling backwards. Juana leaps from, and the helm wheel falls upon him, sending blood and salt flying. Javier swings his fist wildly at Juana, his weapon broken. Ugh. Javier struggles to lift the wheel off himself, but a punch from Juana sends him back into the pool of blood. Ugh. His breathing is thick and heavy. He tries to lift himself up again, only to once again meet Juana's fist. His vision grows red with blood. Ugh. There is no strength left in him. He flails around in the blood pool, struggling in vain to stand up. But the crushing weight of the helm wheel suffocates him, dislocating his arms and his legs. He can no longer even raise his head. Ugh. You win, Juana. Kill me. When I die, spare the crew. I'm the one who incited them. Kill me and end this. Javier gazes into Juana's eyes. He has never done so from this close enough to see his own reflection in them. He suddenly feels like he still has something to say. That day, when you passed by my window, I was trying to bake bread for the first time. It didn't work out. It was black all over. I
wasted precious food. No one would eat it except for you. You passed by my window and picked it up. You put it in your mouth with a big smile. You finished the whole plate, and I was thinking at that time that I'd give anything to see that smile again. Anything.
Javier closes his eyes and waits for the inevitable. The hum wheel will find his neck, and then everything will be over. Congratulations, Javi.
Yeah.
You won your duel with the previous leader. Now stand up and get back to your crew. Javier musters the last bit of strength he has trying to stand, but the floor is wet and sticky with blood. It is all he can do is to crawl forward little by little. Then the sailors come one after another, lifting their new leader from the blood, the one who fought with them to the bitter end. The blood they shed in the deadly struggles mingles on the ground. They put their shoulders together. The corazoniche on Isidro's right arm pulses. He swings his sword behind him and dodges towards the right. Anastasio follows closely, his blade pointed at Isidro's throat. Isidro knew that the boiling steam would gush out from a hole in the ship, stopping Anastasio's pursuit. Isidro takes his stance again. He sees how Anastasio's sword-holding hand is scalded by the steam, yet it doesn't tremble in the slightest. The burns do not faze Anastasio. He thirsts for pain. Isidro's thrust into the steam. Anastasio's sword falls from his hand with a clang, but his hand cannon is now pressed upon Isidro's brow. Isidro is silent. He will not say another word until he has pulled the trigger. Isidro is forced back to the edge of the ship. There is nothing behind him but empty air. Once you were just a pitiful child struggling to survive, but now you've become a killer who's drowned his hands in blood on your so-called death of atonement. You're the only one who deserves death here. Isidro leaps. The sound of the hand cannon shot echoes through the hollow bones of the valley. Isidro sees Anastasio put the hand cannon back on his belt and close his eyes as though he had just been born again. Isidro turns his head. The bottomless pit is right below him. The heat gushing within the bones resonates within the corazoniche on his arm. He knows the steam is about to swallow him. At the end, he looks toward the sky. Across the towering bones, through the heat waves of the steam, he can see clouds and sky, just like the azure ocean and white waves from the stories. The ocean he had once wanted to see with his own eyes. Isidro falls towards the steam vent. I mean, he did see the ocean in Siesta.
Sound of muddy air, tracks of animal. I'll keep a watch that way.
Anastasio the Atoner. He envies both the innocent for living and the sinner for dying. For it is not his place to either live with integrity or die in peace. How do I destroy 3 cannons when there's only 2 of them? How does that work? There's a hole there. That's interesting. I do have a pusher.
Can your eyes keep up?
What am I doing? Do this.
No tardará mucho.
Any instruction tail like a shooting star. That's what they say. Concentrate.
Awaiting on your attacks are all within my calculations.
Excuse me.
Feels fresh, a tail like a shooting star. That's what they say.
Bad luck. You ran into me.
Oh yeah, I forgot those things do damage, so I can't put her there.
Need speed to succeed.
Support incoming. Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain. Any instruction tail like a shooting star. Branch and bone bear weeds. Mounds and ruins bloom fields.
Need speed.
Almost killed it in one go.
Feels fresh every tail like a shooting star. That's what they say. No need to cover up. If secrets go public, then it feels bad to lose your target, doesn't it?
Look, Zara.
What are you waiting for? The curtains are about to fall.
Need speed to succeed.
I wasn't supposed to branch and bone bear weeds. Mounds and ruins bloom fields.
This will keep you quiet. Need speed to succeed.
Here it comes. Oh my gosh. He stole Irene's move. He can't do that. Where is he going? What is he doing? My god.
I wasn't branch and bone
He's so
bear
powerful.
weeds. Mounds and ruins bloom fields.
Incapacitating them is enough. Right.
This show hasn't stopped me.
I don't know if he's too heavy to push. But it would be funny to try it.
Entendido. Inútil.
Ow.
Concentrate.
He's draining those guys' life. Did he heal himself?
Got this will keep you quiet.
Is he already going into the base?
A new challenge.
My goodness.
Moving to designated location.
Any instruction. Ah, losing sight. I'll plant you into
There's
the
still no
forest.
third
Grow
cannon.
anew.
Got this will keep you quiet.
Feels fresh, a tail like a shooting star. That's what they say.
contrail.
Oh, he teleports too. So he does Irene and he does Trilby Asher.
Moving to designated location.
He's a Trilby Asher with an Irene ability. Okay. He doesn't kill you though. That's crazy. I mean, I'm just gonna restart, I guess. But.
Fortune and misfortune are two sides of the same coin. What you have sown is not necessarily wicked, so why lose heart?
I don't know why he doesn't drain all your life points, but okay. Don't forget the last cannon. There was no last cannon. What are you talking about? There was 2 cannons. All that time he spends on the left side, we gotta kill him over there.
Reap not what's sown by malice.
A new challenge.
I want to kill these cannons faster.
I had luck. You ran into me.
Feels fresh. Come on, let's pick up the pace.
Moving to designated location.
So much negotiation, and we end up at least make me lose the code.
Any instruction, sail like a shooting star. That's what they say.
My gosh.
War.
Those guys are
A
powerful.
word I've not heard in a long time.
Moving to designated location.
In the pipe, 5 by 5.
If you'll really branch and bone bear weeds,
How well does Contrail do
mounds
against
and
a cannon?
Brilliant incoming.
Not great.
Any
Not great.
instruction, come on, let's pick up the pace.
Worth a shot.
I had luck. You ran into me. Need speed to succeed.
That guy got through on me. Oh, he's there.
fortune and misfortune are two sides of the same coin. What you have sown is not necessarily wicked, so why lose heart?
You have skill 2 for Texas? Yeah, you're right. I always forget about skill 2.
Ah, the parade's here.
And every
Your eyes
time
keep up?
it's super useful, actually.
Any instructions for me? Ah, losing sight?
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
This will keep you quiet.
Probably next time.
I wasn't
I'll
supposed
switch to
branch and bone bear weeds. Mounds and ruins leave.
Sail like a shooting star. That's what they say. Your weapons are right at your fingertips. Why wait?
Gotta be strong.
This show hasn't. Spotlight shines on us. Ah, losing
Well, skill 2 is good for if you're like single targeting, which for the cannon you are.
Need speed to succeed. Moving to designated location.
Okay, what are we doing with this guy? Okay. I don't really have anyone who can tank him right
I
now,
wasn't.
so.
Sow the mountains when summer leaves a white dew. Seed the plains when equinox paints russet hue.
I guess we'll just keep Texasing him until he's over there.
I've had luck. You ran into me. Moving to designated location.
This thing's cool.
All units, watch for my signal. Propulsion unit unknown. Stay in formation. This show hasn't started. I knew who you were right away.
Oh, phase 2 he just jumps over immediately? Oh my gosh. Oh, there's the other cannon.
I wasn't supposed to plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Tail like a shooting star. That's what they say.
Got this will keep you quiet.
Yes, you'll hear from me. Stay in formation.
Need speed to succeed.
Feels fresh as a tail like
Gets
a shooting
teleported,
star.
I guess.
That's what they say.
Got new song.
Oh, he directs the
Moving to
cannon.
designated
Interesting.
location.
Okay.
Any instructions? Come on, let's pick up the pace.
Incapacitating them is enough. Right.
Your weapons are right at your fingertips.
Clear skies for tuning, rain clouds for blue.
Feels fresh as a losing sight.
Not disappointing. Got song your last word? No.
Feels fresh every time when someone
Need speed to succeed.
And he's dead.
in the pipe. 5x5.
Got this will keep you quiet. Moving to designated location.
Splendid that you're
I like how these guys
not
aren't considered part of the count.
Mission accomplished.
They're still there though. He jumps over because he loses immunity to sand. Well, that's just cheating. But I guess you can then theoretically push him, and maybe you could push him into that hole then. They can still league, except the bridge guys never move, so. I found them over here. They're here. Raise your shields. Form up. Don't let her get away. All of this just for little me. Besides, why do you think I'm trying to get away? This is not the first time the Inquisition has tried to take Pascala's life, but this is the last time she's running. They really hate Pascala. there's an invasion of Seaborn that they could be worried about. Bring it on. You wanna kill me? Go ahead and try. But she is no warrior. It is all she can do to dodge the attacks of 2 warrior priests. Soon, even that is becoming difficult. Shield-wielding clerics block the way in front of her. Behind her is Teach, too weak to even stand. What a shame. What I wouldn't give to hear those guys squabbling again. I guess that's too much to ask. Hold on. Have you seen Thorns? He was fighting Anastasia just a moment ago. He's just Anastasia over there now. Stop, Elysium. You can't steer and use high-powered arts at the same time. Elysium! I had to find him. Sure, he's lived through way more lab explosions than he had any right to, but he's still flesh and blood. Even dolphins have to avoid those steam jets if... We have to find him.
At long last, you have ended his suffering and brought salvation to the souls of those he tried to drag into the abyss along with him.
Timidly, hesitantly, Anastasia presses the tip of his sword against his own throat.
No, you are not worthy to die. Freeing your poor soul, who failed to recognize his desires to the last, is not enough to atone for your sins. Reality lies before you, Anastasia. You have yet to eradicate the blight of desire plaguing this land. You are not worthy to...
Senor Alguacil, are you alright?
I'm fine. Regroup. Slay the remaining bandits. Capture both ships. I will take one of myself.
Senor, you promised to pay the bandits. You're just now realizing it?
They sought a reward from me like ravenous tusk beasts, the saliva dribbling down their chins. Do you truly think they could live honest lives in Heron after being paid for such work? False kindness is nothing but the worst cruelty.
Your favorite band did a collab for the game? Who's that? There's a lot of great collabs for this. A lot of good songs. I'm actually not up to date with the recent few event songs, though. I need to do that. As you say, Senor Alguacil, Arena from Togenashi Togaeraru. The Remember Me song from the Exia altar. Oh, I don't know that one then. I don't listen to music until it's released for the global. Anastasio can hear the soul-wrenching cries and wailing. He knows he should board the ship, kill Juana, and end the struggle, but he does not move. He feels an emptiness, but does not know what is missing. It is as if Isidro had taken a part with him. Dude, you just met Isidro, like... He can't have taken a part with you already. Come on, dude. Guy's clingy. He turns around to look at the vent Isidro had fallen into, but only the gushing steam answers him. White steam bursts into red mist. Anastasio turns around to leave. Ah, snap. In the next instant, a flash of light cuts the steam open. Isidro emerges from it. The corazoniche that had covered his entire body parts ways to reveal his golden eyes. Anastasio sees something familiar in them. They are the eyes of one who thirsts to kill another, just like his own. Many people have told me many times about Iberia and the ocean my entire life. Some say the sea is Iberia's treasure, some its bane. Others say that it is the final destination of the Iberians, their grave. Some have told me that it was people like me who destroyed Iberia. Others that its revival depends on people like me. Some have advised me to stay away from the ocean and live a normal life. Others tell me that I can never truly escape it, for it is my only home. You've talked a lot about my desires. I admit it, I want to go out to the sea. I want to see it for myself and conquer it. Then I will define what Iberia means to me. As he says these words, Isidro's sword finds Anastasio's neck. Anastasio feels both relief and fear at the blood flowing from it. His deepest sins flow out of him along with his blood. He is pure again. Yet he frantically tries to stop the bleeding. He is pure again, meaning he can live again as long as he stops the bleeding. But only the blood will atone him. Anastasio realizes his own paradox. Thorn's confirmed killer. He stops his motion and falls from the ship and into the gap between the bones. I want to go out to sea. I will go out to sea. But no one can stop me.
Put down your weapons and let go of the wheel.
Delay them, Leaf. Do whatever you have to. Just buy as much time as you can. And you hang in there, Elysium.
Yeah, for a little while. Attack!
You broke the ship again. I just fixed it. Get out.
Wow, Weedy, Thorns! You're okay. Dios mío, I can't believe I can see you again. Don't ever do that again. Did you break your arms? Legs? Strange, everything seems fine. Is your head screwed on straight? Well, I guess it was never really screwed on straight to begin with.
Wink? Was that a wink? Is the game trying to say something?
How on Terra are Weedy and I supposed to write our post-action reports? Whatever, just take this bottle of seasickness medicine.
more stuff. How much have you given me on this trip? Besides, isn't it a little late for this? Oh, it's this one's different, extra strong. It'll come in handy. Throw the old one overboard. If the little one fidgets, tie her up. We need to learn how she stole the compass right from under our noses, and whether she had someone on the inside working with her. Don't move, I'll bandage your wounds. Not one step forward. The rest is still alive.
You bastards, your leader promised a reward. Why are you attacking us?
It was also the alguacil who sentenced you to death.
Vite a la mierda. Everything you people say is Finn shit. Your leader is dead. Everyone saw him fall from the ship.
We can still carry out his will.
How? Surrender and we'll all go back to town in one piece. Don't, and we all die here. We just want to live normal lives. Would you rather die than trust us? Fine then, try us.
The surviving pirates raise their swords with their leader's cry. Not one warrior priest dare steps forward. Out of the way, Hovene. I'll have the helm. I said I would take you all out of this reef. No, I'll do it. You're hurt, besides, I have the compass. You do? My arm is the compass. I'll explain later. Basically, I can predict when and where each and every jet of stream is going to gush out. We'll make it. Excellente. Then we sail. Not only do we have two people with liquid metal inside them, but both of them also have the ability to tell directions because of it. Where are you going, Senora Juana? I can't very well let Javier and the others die here. I mean, you did murder like dozens of men, but okay.
We've already raised their sails. Looks like they're leaving.
Everybody who can move, to your stations.
Is the Inquisition just going to watch? Move your asses and help.
Follow La Conquista if you want to live. We'll all make it out of Skeletal Reef in one piece. Those on the salt ship breathe a sigh of relief when the last jet of steam can no longer reach them. Some sit on the deck, some lie down, all exhausted. Finally, able to relax, Juana starts stomping around the deck. Finding a spot that sounds hollow, she picks up a cutlass and pries open the planks, revealing a crate of rum. Haha, naturally, no one else would ever find my rum. We're not far from the sea, Javi. It'll be hard to keep the salt ship to turn back if it goes any further. Get some rest here. Isidro and I will draw a map of the reef steam vents so you can sail your way back.
One moment.
What is it?
I don't want to force anyone into a life they don't want. If everyone wants to go with you, I won't stop them. Whoever wants to go out to sea with Senora Juana, this is your last chance. If you do, get aboard La Conquista. The rest are coming back to town with me.
Going out to sea? Are you still thinking about that? With no supplies and a skeleton crew? What about food and water, materials for repairs, medicine, weapons? This is loco. Yeah, why even bother at this point? She's out of her mind, sailing to their deaths. Are they really going out to sea now?
Javier, Like I said, it's your choice. I won't say anything. I don't want to live a life I don't want, so I won't force you to either. Choose, the sun's about to set.
The crowd grows quiet and parts into two groups. A few follow Juana towards the edge of the deck, but then turn around quickly. Hey, hermano. Listen, I got a little package in my drawer. There's a pocket watch inside, some money and a letter. Can you take the letter to Abby in town? If you do, the money's all yours. Just make sure she gets the letter, okay? Tell her to wait, because I'll be back with a big pile of coin. You said Ami? Abby, the redhead. Red Ami, gotcha. You're not coming. Don't you want to see the sea? I'm just too tired. My back's bad these days too. Can't even sleep in a hammock. The bed was bad we had back in town. It felt so good. I guess this is it then. Adios. Juana leaps upon La Conquista, followed by the sailors who elected to go with her. Javier takes another swig of rum.
Adios.
The two ships ride with the wind, sailing across the salt flat at a leisurely pace. Is Weedy going to the ocean? Because she didn't even want to be here in the first place. Take care of Teach. She's not so young anymore. She might need to lie down for a few days, but she should be fine. You're not going with Senora Juana? Nah, why the heck would I do that? I'd rather have a good life with a lot of money. Going out to sea sounds pretty rough if you ask me. But you had their back this whole time, I was sure. Because Juana promised me a lot of money. A lot of money! Which is why... which will help me meet new people and find ways to make even more money. Wait. Save your breath. I'm just a dirty little thief after all. You won't change my mind with a few words. Okay, well, good luck. I hope you find what you want and live a good life. Thanks, Pelirrojito. Pascala pats the salt off herself and jumps on the rope net linking the two ships. Hasta la vista, baby. Yep. Maybe next time. I'll be rich. Maybe I'll be rich the next time we meet. Elysium. Elysium? Oh, what is it? I was talking to Senora Juana and Thorns. They want to go out to sea, but the ship has taken a beating. So I'm going to stay here a while and help them with the repairs. Oh wow, she actually is. Getting to work with the frame of a genuine Golden Age battleship, plus a bionic transmission system designed by Senora Juana herself, based on saltfin biology. It's fascinating. Besides, I want to see if my research will be of use on the ship. How about you report back to Rose Island first? I'll be back once I'm done here. Will you be okay by yourself? Well, we're short on food, water, and comfortable bedding, plus the only way to bathe is to wipe yourself off with salt, but nothing a dedicated researcher can't handle. Aren't you a neat freak? Are you okay cleaning yourself with salt? A small price to pay for the chance to study such a fascinating subject. Besides, I have Leaf with me. Alright, I hope you find what you're looking for here. I'll get on with my blueprints, then see you at Rhode Island. You too. My goodness, look at what they did to my ship. Don't say that. Weedy worked so hard to patch it up. You'll make me cry. Not her though. You really don't know when to stop talking, do you? A truly handsome man has a way with words. Are you preparing to set sail, Senora Juana? What's this now? Concern for me? We've had brushes with death together, ate dried saltfin together, even slept under the same blanket. The least I could do is bid you farewell before you go. Buen camino, senora. If we meet again, I'd love to hear all the stories of your adventures on the high seas. Not a problem. Walking around on the deck, Elysium sees that Teach is finally beginning to regain consciousness. Are you awake, Senora Teach? I'm going back to town with Javier's group. I came to say goodbye. Haha, thanks. You know, I've come to admire you a lot, Senora. You remind me of my own captain. Who is your captain again? May safe winds take you out to sea. That you may find the battles against the wind and the wave as you seek. Thanks, Chaval. Oh, one more thing. Belladita asked me to give you these herbs. Works best when boiled, she said. But can also be chewed and swallowed directly if water's in short supply. Gracias. Elysium continues to stride the deck until he has no more goodbyes left to say. He walks up to the rope net linking the two ships and sees a figure standing at the bow of the La Conquista. His old buddy. He waves at Isidro from a distance. Adios, amigo. The salt ship sails off slowly. On the deck, all is quiet as the crew watches the people they know gradually become smaller. A few rush up to the edge as though they had changed their minds and wanted to jump across to the other ship but are forced to stop as the distance between them grows. They each watch the other go further and further away. Look, Javier! The master of La Conquista! Atop the mast, Juana lifts the hem of her dress as if stepping atop the setting sun. The fading light adorns her dress with a golden glow. Wind lifts white grains of salt from the ground like blowing snow. All eyes are fixed upon her dance, both on this ship and the other. They look up in silence, the ships sail in opposite directions, with only a few eyes glancing at the sea with the white salt before them, and the sunset growing closer or further. Away they go until the figures of the other ship have become as small as grains of salt. Okay, we know from the direction of the sun that the coastline is in the west, which technically makes sense for everywhere in Iberia. But it probably means that they're more on the mainland, I would imagine. Because if it was an island, then it could have been also in the east, north, or south. So what is Saltfin Garum? Both the daily drink of the pirates of the Salt Flat and a currency they accept so long as the fleet lacks priceless treasures such as rum. It will never be replaced. A beverage made from chopped saltfin viscera and fermented with microorganisms from the underground rivers beneath the Salt Flat. The stench is both invigorating and tear-inducing, and as for its other properties, has anyone told that idiota in the kitchen that you don't need to add any goddamn salt to a saltfin? I have to assume this story has to take place post Path of Life, right? Like, there's no way they would be sailing out into the ocean pre Path of Life. Personally, I still would not sail out to the ocean. But, at the very least, post Path of Life, yeah, it's still dangerous, but at least the Aegir are fighting militarily along the coastline and everything to, like, clear out Seaborn, so, you know, it's safer. Plus, I feel like if it was pre-Path of Life, Rhodes Island characters probably would... Like, Elysium was in Salviento. Not Salviento. He was in the other town. So, I feel like... Based on that... But it was just Elysium. But I feel like he would have said, like, oh yeah, we already have people on a ship out there. Instead of, oh yeah, we like gotta like find a ship, you know? Like we already know a ship like exists out there. It's gotta be post. I think it just makes more sense. Anastasio has died. Anastasio rises again. He lives to atone for the sins ingrained in his very nature. He envies both the innocent for living and the sinner for dying, for it is not his place to either live with integrity or die in peace. He's weight 7. You have to do a lot to push him. You have to probably use Angelina, right? Weight 7? You need mastery. You need a 3-star mastery, skill, and like Angelina probably to push that. Performs range attacks when unblocked, dealing physical damage to the target and all allied units within 8 surrounding tiles. Gospel Spray fires within range 10 times, dealing physical damage and corrosion damage to the target. And surrounding allied units, prioritizing enemies with the lowest corrosion damage. You know, that's the second person that does corrosion for this event, but also I've not noticed any corrosion damage. I didn't notice him doing corrosion damage. First form is immune to the assault flat and takes far less physical and arts damage when surrounding a tiles or around a cannon. Okay. Buffs a cannon with an attack range, increasing its splash area for a period of time. I did notice the cannon seemed to have a bigger splash area at one point. First time HP drops to 0, jumps to a fixed spot and enters second form, summoning a cannon. Second form, immune to stun, gains movement speed and attack speed. When another enemy appears, gain attack but loses HP per second for a period of time. Interesting. When not blocked, takes significantly reduced damage. When blocked, causes all cannons to target the location of the blocker. Heart-piercing salvation. Whenever a certain amount of HP is lost, passes through the unit blocking him, dealing physical damage. Adios Tierra. Those who are paralyzed by fear bid farewell to the land. Two weeks later. Gran Faro, that's the town. Just came to me.
This is the only intact salt ship left. The rest have taken damage, but there are plenty of salvageable parts. These are the blueprints along with the notes on their operations, and here's a map of the salt flat.
I'll take everything. Think of the time we'll save. We can travel straight through the Salt Flat. Name your price. Here, gold doubloons only, no credit. Deal. Here you go. Is this enough?
Looks correct to me.
Well then, I'm going. Have a good day, senores. He didn't even hesitate. Did we ask for too little?
1 second.
Is something the matter? Javier catches up and climbs up the deck by rope.
I want to keep this helm wheel. How much? I'll pay you back.
The helm wheel, of all things, it's the most important part of the ship. Well, if you really want it, I'll part with it for this much. Now, don't give that look. We had a deal. This is my ship now, right? We do honest business here. It's only a question of whether you think it's worth the price.
Never mind then.
How unfortunate. Well, I do hope to do business with you again. I feel like you should have maybe leveraged yourself as to be the crew of the ship so that you would get a salary or something.
Sailors, roll call. Here's the cash from selling the salt ship. Everyone gets an equal share. Do whatever you want with it. Here's your share, Russ. What?
I'm not sure what I want to do with it.
Just make a choice, it's not hard.
I wanted to leave Juana for stability. Then you turned out to be just as loco, so I figured I'd never have peace under you. And now I'm in this town looking at the folks here and all the thin and gaunt, their eyes like dead fins. This is what peace looks like? And if I go anywhere else, how can I live a decent life when I've only ever been a pirate? That's why I said you should have leveraged to be the crew. Go ahead and laugh, but I admire Teach. She's just a few years older, but she knows what she wants. When I saw her make up her mind to go with Juana, even with all those injuries, I wouldn't have had the guts. Well, forget me, what about you?
Probably go somewhere else, open a restaurant.
Well, if that's what you want, I'm just gonna finish this smoke and get going. Who can say for sure where the future lies, right? Javier watches as the white sail of the salt ship disappears in the distance. As does Russ's silhouette. He puts his own share in his pocket and walks down the road. How much for this?
1 silver piece.
What about this?
Same.
Hey, that's not half bad. I'll have this and this and this. Put them in my car. The one behind me.
Sure thing. Where are you heading with all this stuff?
I just bought whatever I wanted. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing at all. Just tell me if you want anything else and I'll load it up for you.
That's more like it. Clothes, accessories, trinkets. Feels like I'm still missing something. But what?
Yeah, crazy, right? How was I supposed to know it turned out like that? Good heavens.
Hey, that buckle on his belt looks pretty nice and shiny. Is it metal or gemstone? I want it. I want it so bad.
They found it on the road and decided to dig it up. Thought it might fetch a few coins. They found a buyer. I can't believe it.
They haven't noticed me, and it's right there.
Can you believe they offered that much? Enough to set you up for life. Is that why they were heading that way?
Got it.
Yeah, we'll make it big in Colombia.
Make it big. Pascala lets go, and the buckle falls back onto the man's belt. What do you mean, make it big?
Whoa! Are you eavesdropping?
I wouldn't have said anything if it were anyone else, but you two look pretty smart to me. I got about the rest, you might say. Which is why I mustered the courage to speak up. Here's my fare. If it's a long way to Colombia, why don't you tell me more about it on the way? Going to Colombia. Not Rhode Island, huh?
Are you really going out to sea, Senora? Can't believe I live to see the day.
Of course we are, Perlita. We're heading out to sea. Wait, it's been 2 weeks and they're still not there? I thought they'd be there already.
Incredible.
Juana brushes her wind-swept hair and looks behind her. Now we have nothing left. Isidro, but my mind is set. Will you be coming with us? Senora Juana, will you be my first mate? Well, alright then, Captain. I'm ready to... It seems my old friend is a little grumpy. Let's see if we can cheer her up. I suppose the new energy system's a bit much for a decades-old transmission core.
Lady Orient back in her modified boat. Guess we'll have to fix it ourselves. What materials we got?
Isidro, what's in that bulky bag you have there? Things Elysium gave me. I'm not sure how helpful they'll be. Well, open it up and we'll find out. As Isidro opens his backpack and the contents spill out, Juana and Teach lean forward and examine them. Vitamins, certainly useful at sea. True, true.
And so are the radio equipment and the waterproof boots. These tools, they'll come in handy with the repairs.
Looks like we owe him one. None of these things would be easy to find out there.
I'm taking these two. Might be able to fix the problem.
By the look on your face, I take it you didn't know. Did he hand you all of this on the day we said goodbye? No, we didn't say goodbye that day. He's been giving me things from time to time since a while ago. I just stuffed everything into a bag. He knew. Even before I did. Of course he knew. He's your best buddy, isn't he?
I fixed it.
We ready then? Can we set sail? Hey ho! We're sailing! We're sailing! Let's go, Captain. It's time to set course. Isidro takes a spyglass from Juana. Grains of salt stir upon the flat like white waves, but soon he turns his eyes from that false sea to the sky on the horizon to that one little streak of bright blue. Standing on the bow by himself, he reaches out with his arm and waits for the whirling light upon it to point the way. I guess it's, yeah, I guess it makes more sense that they weren't out there immediately since they had to repair the ship. I thought Wee was going to repair the ship out at sea. But no, she doesn't actually go to sea at all. He stands on the street, putting his palms together. The last speck of stardust has disappeared, and darkness takes over once again. The fireworks is over. Is it time to go? Let's go. Time to go home. Oh. The onlookers disperse. The crowd that had gathered because of him have left him again. Receiving no answer from him, Juana steps forward with Teach following behind her on the front deck. One by one, the sailors gather, trying to see what their new captain is seeing. A crowd forms around Isidro. Those who have fallen behind have to strain their necks and force their way through. What is it, Captain? What do you see? Have you found which way to go? Oh, which way is the sea? Are we sailing in the right direction? Isidro does not answer. His entire attention is focused upon his arm. Why is it spinning? How long does it take? Where are we going? Where will we go from here? Patience, patience. Our captain will tell us the answer. Now, which way do we go? At his question, the light on his arm converges, pointing towards the horizon, straight and firm. He longs to sail towards the boundless ocean together with his friends. Thus, the Corazoniche points out the direction for him. Sailors cheer. Rum is spilled. Over yonder! The sea! All eyes are upon Isidro. Give the order, Captain! The sailors already have ropes in hand. Juana's hand is on the helm, waiting for his command. Isidro takes a deep breath and takes in the eager eyes gazing upon him, filled with hopes and expectations, burdens that he is no longer afraid to bear. He feels the wind of the salt flat. His shoulders are light. Ahoy, sailors! Anchors away, hoist the sails. We sail out to the sea. To the sea! Hey ho! Anchors away, hoist the sails. High winds roar our clothes a-tour. Rain drowns our drunken haze and lights our hearts ablaze. Ready ho, sail forth, 1,000 ships break port. I will wrestle the waves, I will sail the winds, I will fence the lightning. I want to find treasures buried at the bottom of the sea, all that shiny gold. I've been thinking, we came all together because we want to go out to sea, so would we split up again if we have different ideas? You're thinking that far ahead, Cheval? Whatever the future holds, we're in it together now, and we're going out to sea. So stop thinking too much and grab that rope. Got some rum for you, Captain Isidro. Say something. Isidro stands atop the bow. He can feel the air grow moist. It is an exciting feeling. Into the distance. Thank goodness. This whole time I've been thinking a command. I can't believe Nene's was just abandoned out there. What's that familiar sound? Nene! Nene, you're alive! Eagerly licks Juana's cheeks. Oh, are you coming out to sea with us? Bounces around excitedly. Oh, my sweet baby. Awesome. A trail of blood leads from the steam to the depths of the boundless salt flat. A cold tongue tastes oh my gosh, of course. A cold tongue tastes the blood in the mouth. Broken limbs keep crawling, driven by a powerful desire that lives on without its master. A short distance away, an appendage breaks through the salt layer, wriggling towards the sunlight that has not seen for many years. Then a second, a third. It is another powerful desire without a master, compelling the light-emitting organ to reach for the sun, as though trying to gain the sun's light. Wait. All he wants is to live on. All it wants is to live on. By whatever means, in whatever form. The broken parts of man and seaborn struggle, wiggle, hungrily devouring each other. They will walk this land in perpetuity. I ain't no way. That makes more sense than him surviving with his throat slashed. But it's also crazy that the seaborn Thorns supposedly killed didn't die, found Anastasio and they assimilated into each other. That's crazy. Now he truly is a sinner. Well, now there definitely is a sequel. I was gonna say it'd be interesting. I think a cool sequel. Sequel? I can't speak. A cool sequel would be them out at sea and maybe finding like an island or something. You know, like an uncharted island. Well, I guess the Aegir would have it charted technically, but an uncharted island and like, you know, there's a thing, something going on there. That'd be a pretty cool event or something. Or it ties into, as I mentioned, I think like the first day of this event was maybe ties into the expedition to like go explore other continents or something. I don't know. I just want to see something like that. Glad techno played such a big role. It is interesting that they released techno for this one.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
But I guess technically there wasn't much more for her to do, in the sense of like she was already in contact with Rose Island by the end of the event she was in, so there's no need to have her like appear again to get in contact. So like she's already could be an operator at the end of Lunescent Arrowhead. Did I look at, speaking of techno, she's a shaper. They do their, they're called shapers, right? They do like their, they summon based on a killing or something. After defeating any ground enemy within range, they summon a thing. Alright. What's the consensus on the class as a whole? I don't actually know. Oh, so I missed a comment earlier, but the corrosion is instant. That's cheating. You can't just do elemental damage instantaneously.
Tiredness has not called on me yet. May you first rest.
But I guess the other guy also does it instantly, because I also didn't notice on... what are they? Where are they? On the boatswains, they do corrosion damage, but I didn't notice it either there, so maybe it's also instant. Ebalana seems stronger than Ling, though. stronger than like her thunderers? I know she summons like her... She actually summons the enemy units that you fight, which is cool. I know that much. I don't know if I'm gonna pull for thorns. I'm thinking I'm also unsure if oh, her name's Rose Salt. That's her code name. Okay. Thinking about Rose Salt. I hear good things about Rose Salt. I think it'd be nice to mess around with a new medic, but I also have a lot of medics. But not sure if I'm interested in getting Thorn. Just because, not because I don't like Thorns or don't care about the Alchemist class, but I'm just kind of neutral at this point. Who's next? Is next Blaze? Yes, I was right. I remembered for once. Yet another caster. 2025, the year of the caster? I do like Blaze's look. And of course, the Sui sibling is also like, at this point, you just gotta get the Sui sibling. So,
tiredness has not called on me yet. May you first rest.
is Thorns isn't limited, right? Because he's only one released, so I don't think so. Usually they release 2 if one is limited, so yeah, I don't think, yeah, we're good. That's probably in, Maybe next month? July 17th. Nailed it. I'm on a roll. As I upgraded Contrail with these tickets, I was looking at them. I'm like, who else? Who else should I could I use it on? If I do rose salts, I'd spend it on rose salt. I only have the 1 5-star one, so I guess it'd be rose salt. 4-star though, still don't have anyone in mind right now. Also, if they do a sequel, I feel like Juana is set up to be a character. I can picture her combat, right? Like they have her with this big wheel that she'd throw around. She'd probably like be like a looper, a loop sniper, whatever they're called. Maybe. Or I guess some kind of guard. But she does throw her thing a lot in the event, so honestly anyone can be an operator, not anyone. I don't think Rust is gonna be an operator. Sorry, Rust fans.
Tiredness has not called on me yet. May you first rest.
Random reunion grunt. That was Crown Slayer. Actually, that was Mudrock, really. She was really just a random grunt that they made playable. Although of new reunion, there's not many characters. Except for Percival, I guess. But yeah, you wanna just felt like an operator. Because sometimes they'll have characters who become operators that I just like don't really feel like are operators. Sometimes they'll have characters with the oropathy monitors, so like they're definitely intended to be operators, whether or not they've been released, but don't really necessarily feel like they're operators. But Juana, just the way they had her fight and everything, just felt like she had a signature weapon. It just feels apt. You can easily give her a class that she'd fit into.
Tiredness has not called on me yet. May you first rest.
What was, let me see the other. I really do think also that this is one of the highest kill count events there's been. Besides the whole Victoria War, which obviously hundreds, if not thousands, of soldiers were killed. That doesn't count. We had what? We had I Portatori, which had 1 death. I think. No, 2 deaths.
Tiredness has not called on me yet. May you first rest.
Grand Overture, which had 1 death. Adventure Cannot Wait for the Sun, which had 0. Well, I guess technically had 1, but I wouldn't count it. Not in the same way. Compared to this one, which had double digits. Double digits. It's a large margin. Also, it was a way really gruesome. Sometimes you'll get death. Like all the other deaths I mentioned, like the 1 death, the 2 death. That's like kind of like a. They have like a dying breath sort of thing, or it kind of fades away. These ones are describing some very gruesome details. I wonder who wrote this one compared to other events. In 2024, we had Path of Life, which had
First rest.
Did it technically have any death in Path of Life? They had one. Kind of. Kind of. Babel? Well, Babel had one. And also like all the assassins, I guess. So that one was technically double digits, but not in the same way, because that was just kind of like off-screen double digits. Lucent Arrowhead had one. Maybe? Did the military guy die? I don't remember. Here Are People So had maybe one as well. There was that guy with the axe. Did he die? I don't remember. Maybe one. Maybe. Burning Valley had 0. Lie to Rake to the Lake Silbuna Herzo 0. Zwillingstrom had 2.
Tiredness has not called
plus
on me.
Probably a couple
May
dozen.
you first rest.
Maybe. Here and there, kind of, maybe. But again, not written in any gruesome way. It's harder to remember. The gruesomeness also obviously makes things like easier to remember who stands out. Come Catastrophe had 1. Yeah, so most of the time it's like 1. It's like 1 per event. So the outliers are real outliers. This event was crazy in that regard. We don't need to keep going down the list, but yeah, that was a bit different style of writing, but I don't mind it. Arknights' world is a dangerous place. And I often do question sometimes how people are fighting each other and aren't dying, so I'll take it. But we'll end there. Shorter stream, because I'm bad at timing things. I'll try to keep in mind the level spread so that I have a nice equal amount of streams. Don't want to suffer integrated strategies? No, but I guess we do need to do it. It's a new month at some point. I don't know whose mission it is this month. At some point we'll have to do it, but we've got this next event side thing that's happening on in 2 days. Whatever that is. New game mode, temporary game mode, I guess. And remember, no stream tomorrow. You've seen a video. It looks weird. All right. Well, weird's not bad. It's just weird. Could be fun, could be annoying. Could be whatever that last game mode thing was called. Which I did end up doing the hard mode for once. At the very end. I didn't do terribly, actually. I think I made it to like the boss, but the boss destroyed me. But yes, other than that, thank you all for watching. We'll be back Thursday. And until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.